Hey everybody, today a quick video where I will be reviewing this little thing. It's a 10 watt, supposedly, UV curing light for a solder mask. I saw this on the channel from Northridge Fix a few days ago, and it looked promising, but I wasn't quite happy with the review they gave it. I'm not saying that I can do better, I'm saying that I do it differently. So, here it is. There's nothing else in the box. There's no spectacular unboxing. It is styrofoam with a light in it. So this thing is USB powered. It has a single LED. And we'll see how it performs. Currently, I use a UV laser. And this gets the job done in a couple of seconds. And it's fine for when I'm working on a single trace. But when I have a large area to cover, as recently I had to do with some of those beige birds I was working on, it becomes a different story. Alright, I have this hooked up to a USB extension cable. Hopefully it'll give me the power I need. So, without pointing it directly at the camera, there we go. Can definitely feel it. So the light is hooked up. Now I'm going to switch over to the microscope and we're going to take a look at how it performs. So let's take a look at this random board here. And there, we're going to expose a few traces. And then we'll see how well this stuff works. Ooh, this thing is dull. Plan B. Plan B, we automate it. That should give us enough to work with. Let's do a quick cleanup. You can tell I really prepared this video well. So, as you can see, I've covered quite a big area, or uncovered rather, quite a big area of board there. And what we're going to do now is put some of the traditional green solder mask on. Alright, and I'm going to apply a decent amount. Usually you spread this as thin as possible so it'll cure faster. But hey, this light claims to do it in 6 seconds. And the guy reviewing it cured a big blob in 6 seconds. So, I'm going to take the light, I'm just going to put it over there and let it go for 6 seconds. Ready? All right, that was it. 6 seconds. Did we cure it? Let's poke at it and find out. Nah, not really. It cured some, but definitely not all of it. Did it penetrate all the way through though? No. Still wet under there. So 6 seconds, I do not recommend it. Let's try another area. I get it. 6 seconds. We're nitpicking here, but hey, that's what it was advertised to do. If you apply this really thin, so definitely not as thick as I'm doing now, I actually have no doubt it'll cure this stuff in 6 seconds. But I really lather it on there, as you can see. So we're going to try it again, and we're just going to let it sit for a reasonable amount of time. Let's take a look. It leaves a bit of a... That is strange. That is odd behavior. It leaves a film on the outside, and it cures the inside. It's kind of like it's curing it from the inside out. Let's see how far it got. Not very far again. It didn't really... I don't know if it shows on a microscope, but if you push down on it, it's still a little gooey. Now for comparison, just put some down here, nice and thick, and we're going to use the laser pen about the same amount of time. And I'll turn the light off so I can actually see the laser. I think that's about 15 seconds. Let's see if we have the same, better, or worse results. A little bit of a film on the outside. No gooiness. This cured all the way through. See how it just flaked off the whole thing? So this cured better than the lamp did. But hey, I'm all about second or third or however many chances, so let's do it again. You might actually be able to see it better if I keep the light off. So here we go. And we're just gonna leave it on there until it shuts off, which is, I believe, 20 seconds. All right, it shut off. Let's take a look. All right, still got a little bit of that film. That cured better, but it's still not as hard as the laser pen would get it. Much better though. And this is I know it's hard to tell from the top, but this is a lot more solder mask than anyone would typically put on there. This is about 3-4 times thicker than usual. So if you leave it on there until it switches off by itself, it's actually not bad. So it's not more powerful than the laser, definitely not, but it does cover a much larger area. So if you have to, it's hard to show on a modern board because they don't really do that anymore. But let's say you had to, there were like 20 traces side by side here. You have to scrape this entire area, mask it up, then this light is a godsend. Because using the laser to cover such a big area, back and forth, it's a pain in the ass, and it hurts your thumb after a while from holding down that button. So having a light that covers that whole area, definitely a bonus. So that was green, and that's great, but I don't use green that often. So let me clean this up. And by clean this up, I mean use an excuse to use the grinding pen. A grinding pen that I also got from Northridge Fix, by the way, northridgefix.com. All right, that's clean enough for what we're doing. Now, I'm going to grab the black solder mask, which is what I typically use because, as you can see, I work on black boards almost exclusively. Now, if you work on the vintage stuff, like Bruce, Branca's Creations, Steve from Mac 84, they are mostly working, well, almost exclusively working with green boards, which of course look a lot better if you use green solder mask. For me, it's a lot nicer if I use black. So I'm gonna apply some here. Pretty thick at first here, and a little bit thinner over here. Just spread it out. All right. Back to the laser. And I won't turn the light off for you because you can't see anything anyway. But I'm just going to put it back on there until it shuts itself off. Now, curing the black solder mask, even with the laser, which is fairly powerful, takes a while. 30 seconds or more, typically. So I'm going to give this light a benefit of the doubt. Push the button again. Let it go for a second try. I feel it should have... Oh, there we go. It shut off. I keep forgetting to count. Maybe you count it. But it feels like about 20, 25 seconds maybe. All right, let's get you into focus and start poking at it. So this is the thick, fairly thick blob. Got a bit of a film on the outside. And it cured and went all the way through. See it just flaking off in those hard flakes there? So that did well. What about the thin? Oh yeah. This cured really well. So it has no issue with the black solder mask either. Now I did let it run twice. I went into this fully assuming that the whole 6-second curing thing was bullshit because, you know, it's just not for the $15 you spend on this, or maybe even less. You're just not going to get a high quality laser LED that can do this kind of thing. But hey, I'm not nitpicky. So that was it. That was the quick review. I am pretty happy with this. If it means I can just apply solder mask, put this light on it, and, you know, clean up my desk a little, put some tools away. There's a lot you can get done around your workbench in 15 or 20 seconds without having to hold that laser pen. I'm happy. So yeah, there it is. Let me switch this back here. So 6 seconds, no. If you apply it really thin, and after 6 seconds you just scrape the top and you're like, yeah, it works. If you cut through it and you find that it didn't really cure all the way through, in my opinion, it failed the test. So 6 seconds, not really. But then again, if you have to wait 6 seconds, you might as well make it 15. And then this thing does pretty damn good. It has some weight to it. It has a large base. The the glass that covers the LED is recessed. So you can just put this on top of your board, click the button, walk away, or like I said, do some cleaning. And you don't have to hold this pen and, push this button to get all the work done. So yeah, I like it. And I'm going to pull up the website real quick so I can show you what the product is named, where you can find it, and how much it costs, which by the time you see this video might have changed. All right, let me share my screen here. There we go. So northridgefix.com is where you go. Then they changed the menu, I think. You go to shop. Give this poor hard drive a second. And here it is. Heavy duty 10-watt UV light cure solder mask in 6 seconds. Well, I call bullshit on that one, but other than that, for the price and the convenience you get out of it, especially if you work with solder mask a lot, definitely worth it. $20 for this little light, I would say definitely worth it. I cannot speak to the lifespan of it because I've only taken it out of the package a few hours ago when it got in the mail. But if it fails prematurely, after a few weeks of occasional use, I will update the description and let you know. But yeah, Northridge Fix, if this looks like something you could use, definitely pick one up. They ship fast. But when I got the grinding pen from them a few weeks ago or a few months ago, I don't remember, the price went up pretty quickly after that. So once they put these review videos out, a lot of people buy it. So get it while it's still under $20. And I will recommend, depending on your setup, let me disconnect this here. The cable on this, you can still see me there, is not terribly long. Let's say a little past arm length. So unless you have a hub on your desk or an outlet really close by, yeah, you might want to get an extension cable like I had to do. If I would have plugged this in the outlet over there, that's the only outlet I have, I probably would not be able to work with this comfortably. So the cable, it's decent, but not, not ideal for most workbench scenarios. So let me close this up. Quick video. I think I'm under half an hour, which is already 20 minutes longer than I thought this would take. I hope you like it. Go get your light now before it gets more expensive or before they run out of stock. I'm not affiliated with them. I receive no kickbacks, just an honest review. And for me, if it can cure black solder mask in a timely manner, well, it's definitely worth it. So this was my review. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, send me money, do everything that people say you should do on these YouTube videos, and I'll see you on the next one.